Drop the brace.
Hey guys, Mike here from FullHouseRS, cutting maples out behind Sears Banks. Our clan is having a competition for woodcutting experience, and since it is my favorite skill, I thought I would train it here. And also get some maple logs to raise my fletching up a bit before I use maples for the rest. But actually what I want to talk about today is something that I ran into a couple weeks back when I was going for 1K. I was at, I think, 800, and I wanted to get up to 1,000 within a day. And in that rush, I did get 150 levels that day, which is quite a bit even at low levels. But in that rush, I started to have some thoughts about how I was on my main when I was rushing to get 2K, and at the end of it, I was just completely fed up of RuneScape. I had played it to death on trying to get 2K. I played it so much that it destroyed all the fun out of it. And that's really something that I think players nowadays start to forget about, is that RuneScape is still a game you're supposed to have fun with. It isn't just about trying to get the most experience as fast as you can, which it's good to be efficient like that. If you're like, you know, what we're doing, we're racing and stuff, so we're trying to be efficient while we do it. But the real reason that we're racing is to have fun. You know, we're just a group of 3 friends that we want to have fun on RuneScape some more. Like, especially them, they just maxed, so it was either this or they could, you know, go for completionist stuff, and that isn't exactly the most fun thing to do in the game. For some people who are completionists, they'll do it, and they could have fun with it. But for people who are just AFKing Castle Wars, which I don't blame them, 5K is a ridiculous number, or just for that trim, but I don't blame them so much, but it isn't exactly the most fun that you can have on RuneScape. So when we created this contest, this race, it was another thing that made me think that it would keep me from getting bored on RuneScape. It would keep me playing it and having fun the way I should have fun. I did think that I would not get bored on my other account when I started it. It did work for pretty much up until like 1800, and then it has that slowdown. You have that slowdown when the experience starts getting so high that it needs to train days just to get a level, and that's kind of demotivating. But at the same time, if you're a goal-oriented person like I am, it is fun in its own right. But just because you're goal-oriented doesn't mean that you have to force yourself to do those goals. If you're not having fun, stop playing for a while. Just because we're racing to max cape doesn't mean we're going to be racing full force the entire time. I mean, you already saw Bob not hear any last week, and this week they're both sick, but they're playing as much as they can while being kind of sick, you know. I think Ryan's over it. We are doing our own things to try to make the game more fun, and that's because we do enjoy playing RuneScape. I don't understand the people who are just playing RuneScape to either complain about it or to see what next updates are happening and then complain about them too. I mean, if you're going to keep complaining about updates after update after update, it gets to a point where it just seems like you're complaining about the updates more than actually trying them. And that's kind of what frustrates me sometimes. I'm able to take updates that I like and dislike, and I just play them. If I wanted a game that stayed the same, I would go and play Final Fantasy XII, which is my favorite Final Fantasy, and I play it to death. But I like RuneScape because it is always changing. It gives me something new to do every week, too, at that. And with the updates coming up this month, which we're having the Cowfight King and the Desert Diary, which I should be able to do the Desert Diary, at least on my main account. See, that keeps me interested. That keeps me wanting to keep playing. While other people, it just makes them want to complain more, which I'm sure when the 2 new skills come out, that more complaints are going to be made on that over and over again. Be like, we don't need a new gathering skill, we don't want any more production skills, it's just another thing to make us AFK. Nobody's ever going to be as good as Suomi, so we shouldn't try. Who cares if you're not going to be as good as Suomi? Play to the best of your abilities. Set a goal for yourself to make yourself better. Just because people are passing you doesn't mean that it makes your accomplishment any less. I mean, if you get a 200 mil in a skill, and then so many other people are getting 200 mil in the skill, it doesn't mean that it's devalued. It just means that they're, doing the same thing you're doing. They're trying to strive to be the best and make their account the best it's possible. It's also for the complainers of when Runespan came out. I got 99 on Nats through the Abyss, and then on my main, I got 99 with Runespan. I did it both ways, and it doesn't bother me that I have an easier way to do it. It wouldn't bother me if I was halfway in. It doesn't bother me because that's just the way games happen. If they didn't make things that were easier to train, nobody would enjoy the updates at all. I mean, it'd be like every update they say it sucks, but if they make something that's better than something in the past, people will complain and say that it's ruining that item from the past. So they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. And it's a bad mindset to have, especially on a game that is this massive and this updated. So I tried to keep that in mind a little bit more as I played since 1000. As you see, my total is nowhere near Ryan's, but I'm not killing myself to get those levels like I was the first few days. And so far it's kept it enjoyable. I've also been playing other games, which also makes it enjoyable. I'm not going to burn myself out by playing only RuneScape like I did before. Really, it's just got to be, if you're playing this game, find something in it that you have fun with and go with it. Maybe you don't want to max your account. Maybe you just want to do one skill or do mini games or, just find a clan and talk to people. I mean, this clan has kept me here a lot longer than I would, and now this competition is going to be keeping me here probably until this account gets maxed. It's probably the truth of it. If I didn't have the clan or didn't have these guys, I don't know if I would keep playing. I'm not able to play this game by myself as well as I was in the past. And I didn't even play by myself in the past that much. I mean, I came home and didn't really talk to the friends that are on my friends list very much, but I'd go to school, and then I would talk to the people at school, and they'd be like, yeah, I just got my rune pickaxe, and they'd be like, no way, you're gonna get so much money. That was just the way things were. It wasn't as social as online as I am now. I didn't talk to people on Skype back then, but I talked to people at school, and that's what I found fun in RuneScape. And as it's gone on, I found the fun in RuneScape to be with my clan and now with this competition. So I'm hoping that's what will keep me playing RuneScape for the remainder of this account and hopefully beyond that. I don't know if that's your mindset too, but I thought that's just my opinion, and I thought I'd make a video about it. But that's about enough of me rambling, so I think I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be making a update video later this week. I'll see you next time, guys.